What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and I literally thought it was the last day. It's a snowstorm. I was getting ready just to, start charging my stuff, and then out of nowhere, a bombshell comes out of the NFC North, and that was originally Jimmy Graham, who everyone thought might be reuniting with Drew Brees down there in New Orleans, have signed with the Green Bay Packers. Finally, Aaron Rodgers has himself a capable tight end. When was the last good tight end Aaron Rodgers had? Like Jermichael Finley for a season? You're bringing in a guy bona fide in Jimmy Graham. Sure, had some ups and downs with Seattle. Give him that. I mean, over the last 2 years, wasn't that bad. He had almost 1,000 yards in 2016, and in 2017, almost 10 touchdowns. And that is with Russell Wilson running for his life for most of the game. No run balance whatsoever to the offense. And, him being a pure receiver, pretty much a glorified receiver, having to at the tight ends, but you have to help with the run game. You have to chip block, where he's not a good blocker at all, but when the offensive line is that bad, you kind of have to do other responsibilities he didn't have to do with the Saints. And, looking at the Packers, when was the last time they had, like I said, a good tight end, a consistent tight end for Aaron Rodgers? And this is just one of those things, man. It's good to be an NFC North team, and, unless you're the Detroit Lions, they seem to be sitting on their hands. And just signing all these big, like the Bears are getting much better. You got Taylor Gabriel now, Allen Robinson, Trey Burton. Phenomenal job thus far. You have the Vikings landing the biggest fish in the sea in Kirk Cousins. Very nice. And now you have the Green Bay Packers last year. There's going to be no more Brett Hundley, no more Lance Kendricks. You're going to have Aaron Rodgers. You're going to have Jimmy Graham. That is a pretty lethal combination. And looking back to when Jimmy Graham had that prolific passing attack in New Orleans in 2011, sure, you're digging back a little bit, but in 2011, 99 catches, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. 2013, first team All-Pro, 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns. Now, I'm not saying a 31-year-old Jimmy Graham is going to be able to put up these type of numbers with Aaron Rodgers, but you think, it's got to be better. He's got to get more targets than what he would have got in Seattle. And sure, the Seattle thing, the reason why his number, it's not all on Russell Wilson stuff. Jimmy Graham had some bad slumps. He was getting last in 2016, 2017, almost 100 targets. 40 less than he was getting in New Orleans, but different offenses. But he still was getting, ample amount of looks. And it was just, a combination of factors. So ultimately, Jimmy Graham going to the Packers is very, very intriguing. However, the Green Bay Packers also announced that they've released Jordy Nelson. So, I mean, you're kind of getting your, Jordy Nelson, had some underrated speed, kind of classify your white guy, your red zone specialist, but he was a burner till his injury. I don't get this. I mean, I'm not a Packers fan, so I don't know the inner workings. I don't know if the plan is to release him on his current deal and bring him back on another contract or what have you, because I can't see Aaron Rodgers being happy with this. It seems like one of those things they might have been like, all right, we're cutting Jordy Nelson, but let's at least bring in Jimmy Graham to make him happy or something like that. Because Jimmy Graham, over the last year, 2017, pretty much if you're trying to classify or analyze any stats, doesn't really count because Hundley was terrible. Terrible enough that the Browns, or the Packers traded their best corner to the Browns for Deshaun Kaiser, who was debatably the worst starting quarterback last season. But you look at Jimmy Graham healthy, or not Jimmy Graham, sorry, Jordy Nelson healthy with Aaron Rodgers. From 2013 to 2016, he was a bona fide top 5 wide receiver in football. He got 1,300 yards, 8 TDs in 2013, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, 98 catches in 2014. 2016, 97 catches, 1,200 yards, 14 TDs, coming off a torn ACL. So he definitely still looks like he has lots left in the tank. I don't know what the long-term plan is, but I mean, if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, this kind of seems bittersweet, because I don't think there was too many Green Bay Packers fans that wanted to see Jordy Nelson go. They'd wanted to see, we got to move on from his contract, this and that. It seemed like they're more so optimistic, like, all right, well, next year we're going to have a healthy Jordy and a healthy Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know what the fallout of this is going to be, and maybe a little bit bittersweet. You finally get a tight end, but now the team's pretty much all out committing to Davante Adams being that pure #1 wide receiver. So I'm going to say it's risky. I'm going to say this might be developing. I don't really know what the market is going to be for a Jordy Nelson, but I think there might be a market there. Baltimore comes to mind if the plan isn't for him to re-sign eventually with Green Bay, because they've missed out on some wide receivers. But I don't know, man. I want to get Green Bay Packers fans on there. I want to speak to you, the what do you call it, cheeseheads out there. How do you feel? Obviously, Jimmy Graham coming in, very exciting. Losing a fan favorite player, I would say a legend of your team in Jordy Nelson, kind of stinks. But if I'm missing something there, I might be. If you're a diehard, you might be able to explain it to me a little bit more. But ultimately, lots of things, lots of shifts, unconventional here for the Green Bay Packers. New front office, and these are new moves for them. So let me know what you feel about it in the comment section below. If you're first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.